So we're going to be going over your problem set, which you will find in your workbook on page 177 and 178. Now, the purpose of this is to interpret area models. So a lot of mine are done, but you had rectangle A, B, C, D, E, and F on your problem set, and those are your rectangular models, and you're going to form arrays. So what you first had to do was take a straight edge. You could use a sheet of thick paper, a notebook. You could use the side of a ruler, anything with a straight edge, and you had to draw in the missing lines to form the array. So A was all just white space, and you should have taken your straight edge to draw in the lines to form your squares or your tiles. And you should have done that on A. So on A, if we look, then you have to label your sides. And you're going to multiply the side lengths to find the area. So on A, you had 1, 2, 3, so a side of 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, a side of 4. So if we come down here, area A would be 3 units times 4 units equals 12 square units. And if you ever want to check that, you'll go up and you'll count your number of squares inside this rectangle. If we go to B, one side had, after you've drawn in your lines, one side had a length of 5 units and the other had a length of 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's where the 5 comes from. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where the 4. So 5 units, and you've come down to B, area B, 5 units times 4 units equals 20 units. Now we know 5 times 4 is 20 because if you count by 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, it's 20 square units. Or you could count the number of squares in the rectangle. And you're going to do the same things for C, D, E, and F, but let's check our work. So you should have a 2 by 7 rectangle. So you're going to come down, and after you fill in your grid and then label your sides, you'll come down to the bottom. Area C is 2 units times 7 units equals 14 square units. Again, 2 times 7 would give you an area of 14 square units, or you could count up each square, which would give you the same answer, 14 square units. If we go to D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have one side length of 7 and one side length of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you'll get that after you draw in your units inside this rectangle. So area D would be 7 units times 4 units equals 28 square units. And then E, we have 1 unit by 3 units. 1, 2, 3. So 1 unit times 3 units equals 3 square units. And then the last one, once you've drawn in your lines, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 units times 1, 2, 2 units. So area F would be 4 units times 2 units equals 8 square units. And then if you turn to your second page of your problem set, which is on page 178, number 2 said the area of Benjamin's bedroom floor is shown on the grid to the right. It's over here. And yours originally didn't have all these squares drawn in it. Each square represents 1 square foot. So our unit is going to be feet. How many square feet is Benjamin's floor? So part A, this has 3 parts to it, and you need to go in those orders. Part A is label the side lengths. So that's where you're labeling. That's where you have this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this side would be 9 feet. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this side would be 11 feet. So we have 9 feet times 11 feet. Then you're going to use your straight edge to draw a grid of equal size squares within the rectangles. Again, you just need a straight edge, and your book should already have this done, but you're going to make sure you draw that grid. So this line you draw across should match that, and do all of the squares. And then you have to find the total number of squares. So we know our side length is 9 feet and 11 feet, so it would be let me check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's actually a mistake here. Actually, there's not. I'm sorry. They did it, they broke it down to make it easier. So you haven't done your 11s. Some of you haven't done your 11s multiplications. But we can do that pretty easily. They went on and did 9 times 10, because that's pretty easy. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So you have 9 times 10 would be 90. Now, this is 11 feet, so we have to add 9 more to that. So 90 plus 9 would be 99 square feet. Or you could simply do 9 times 11, which would give you the same 99 square feet. And again, remember, when you're finding the area, the actual area is square feet. Each side would just be 9 feet and 11 feet. The area would be 99 square feet. Now let's move on to number 3. Mrs. Young's art class needs to create a mural that covers exactly 35 feet. Mrs. Young marks the area for the mural as shown on the grid. Each square represents 1 square foot. Did she mark the area correctly? Explain your answer. So, let's see if she marked it correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So she did 7 feet times 6 feet, which gives us 42. So she marked 42 square feet, not 35 square feet. So she is not correct. She should have only gone to 5 right here to get that 35. So she is not correct. And then number 4, Mrs. Barnes draws a rectangular array. Mila skip counts by 4s, and George skip counts by 6s to find the total number of square units in the array. When they give their answer, Mrs. Barnes says that they are both right. Use pictures, numbers, and words to explain how Mila and George can both be right. So you could have done this a different way than here, but I just want to explain this way. So 4 on this side, 6 on this one. So they both can be right because Mila skip counted by 4 because there are 4 tiles in each column. So 1, 2, 3, 4. George skip counted by 6 because there are 6 tiles in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you could skip count by 6s 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So count 6s 4 times. Or you can count by 4s 6 times. And we know that that goes 4 times 6 and 6 times 4 does give us the same answer. So on part B, it says, how many square units might Mrs. Barnes' array have had? So the array that I drew to represent Mrs. Barnes' array has 24 square units because 4 times 6 is 24, or 6 times 4 is 24. So if you need any help on this, let your math teacher know. Don't forget to do your exit ticket on page 179 and submit that to your classroom.